Holy crap. Oh, this is nasty Vancouver weather. Oh. What's up?
Really, what else?
What's up, guys? Jokes. Huh, how should I start it?
Hey guys, can you guess the color?
I mean, hey guys, can you guess the color? Yeah, I guess that's a good way to start it. Yeah. So here we are. New year, new resolutions. Gonna try to, I guess, get this thing running. First things first was to get it all done on the exterior so I can work on everything else. It's been about 4 years, maybe more, probably closer to 6, since I've barely driven this thing. And I've just kind of got fed up with working at it or just letting it sit in the corner. So I did try to paint it a couple times. I didn't really do too good of a job. One thing led to another, and then here we are. You got Curtis, and he's here to wrap me car. I think we're gonna black and white this part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You better remember when you edit this.
I'll listen to the clips.
Yeah. All right, so we picked out a roll of wrap. You guys can guess me what the color will be in the comments below, and probably in the next video I'm just gonna show it to you guys just because we're already kind of halfway through. Not really, but like we're already in the midst of trying to put this thing together. So Curtis has been working pretty hard. We've gotten the fenders, and he got my jams done. I did have the whole car disassembled just to paint it, so I kind of left it in that state. Everything's a mess, and it's going to be a really fun time trying to remember where everything goes. But this is, I guess, what we would call the beginning stages of it. The car is more or less in pieces, shattered and ruined, and we're going to try to put it back together, hopefully by the summer. No promises though, guys.
Summer? It's like January, it's like early February.
Yeah.
You don't need more than a month.
I don't, but I am, guys, normally I get it, you don't need more than a month, but I am doing a lot of like work and also like everything else going on, trying to go on these trips and do the shows and meet everybody. So it will take a little longer. I don't have 100% time to dedicate to this car. I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to the car, so realistically, I think summer is a good time.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so that's that. Got the fenders, got the jams. He's doing the rear panel. So on the MR2, there's not really that much to wrap that's on a panel that's removable. All that really is this back section, which if you take the bumper off and if you take the skirt off, you're only left with like this section right here. And then the roof line. And because this car's a T-top, the roof line's also very thin. This is going to be black here, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And this portion right here along the front frame with the windshield. That's pretty much it for pieces on the car. I mean, everything else is just like the side engine pieces. You got the fenders on the side, headlight covers, and the bumpers. I mean, and the side skirts. Yeah, the side skirts too. Those are going to be a pain in the butt. I'm going to get those re-primered because the paint started to flake off on those. And yeah, this is the color, guys. You can't see anything because it's black and white. And while Curtis is working on that, I just bought some of these Sti Hubs. So on my FRS, I've already done the 5x114 hub conversions. So what you do is you use STI rears and you use Part Shop Max front hubs. But I found out the other day when I went for an alignment, Joseph told me that our front hubs are kind of messed up, which they kind of, I don't know, kind of drive kind of funny. But so now, after 2 years of using those parts, I'm just going to swap them back out with new ones. Kind of sucks because they're not really an upgrade because I already have the parts. And so what I'm going to do is knock out the original OEM studs out of these and put some extended Megan Racing studs. These ones are about 50 mil long. That's probably like closer to double the length. It helps me put on slip-on spacers if I wanted to. And I always think extended studs look cool. The MR2 has extended studs. You can't see it because, I don't know, these rims are really deep. And the Civic actually has extended studs. So everything that I have is going to have extended studs just because I like the look.
Makes it long.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a tour of the MR2 as well, just cause, I mean, you guys know me for the FRS, but this car is actually my first car. This is the car that I bought when I worked off as a kid, and I think I was like probably 17, almost 17. I bought this car. The price tag around it back then was closer to like, I think 13 or something like that, which is a lot of money back then. Nowadays they're probably worth about the same actually. If they're in good condition. This one, I don't know. I mean, I don't plan on any selling. I don't actually plan on selling any of my cars, so I don't really know what I would sell this for, even if someone came up to me and asked for it. It's kind of in an interesting situation. It's clean, there's no rust on it, and it's a 93 US spec non-turbo. There's a turbo motor there, and it's in pieces. But everything is here, like more or less all the pieces of the car is together. And I think usually a car like that, if it was together in one piece, probably worth around 10, 12 in Canada.
Canadian or US?
More or less.
Specify.
Canadian. Which is not bad. I mean, this car is fairly old. It's older than Curtis.
It sure is. It's a 93, 93.
Yeah, 93.
93. Just a year older.
Yeah, well, it's older than you. So, but here we are, trying to move everything around. And keep in mind, guys, my garage is super messy right now because this car was the storage box for the 6 years that it was not moving. And I kind of tried to move everything out of it so we can work on it at least. And yeah, I don't have a lot of room in this garage. I'm sure you guys have seen it in other videos, but yeah, everything is just kind of packed in here. People leave their stuff here, like these fenders. I've been here for since I bought them for my friend, and she still hasn't picked it up, and they're just gonna get destroyed here. So whatever, that's our problem. And yeah, we got rims for the Civic, tires for the FRS, tires for the MR2, a wing for the whatever car, and that's about it really. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in my garage, and maybe if all my cars are running, I'll have time to really like clean it out here. I always try to do a little bit here and there, but it ends up being like a Marie Kondo kind of thing where, I mean, everything kind of sparks me joy here, so. In a way, and rage and joy. But that's where we're at. That's kind of the MR2. Got some BBS wheels, BBS LMs. I actually picked these wheels up back in 2010 for $1,000 in Hong Kong, and that was the first time where I figured out you can actually check car parts into the airplane. I basically boxed two of these wheels, a front and a back, together in a box, and they didn't weigh over 50 pounds, which was the regulation at the time, and then I just checked it in. They didn't say anything. I was like, oh. And then I tried again. When the next time I went back to Hong Kong, I tried shipping coilovers, sway bars, seats. I mean, you guys see me ship seats from Japan. Yeah,
every trip.
Every trip, man. Like it's stuff that you can't normally get easily here, and it costs a lot because of the shipping. But it's a free check-in, so why not, right? So the wheels here, 17 by 8, 17 by 9. They're plus 35 front and back. What I did actually was I reverse mounted these faces. So what you can do is unbolt the wheels, and you can actually take the face out, which is on the outside, and then slip them to the back. And when you do that, I guess you get another 10 mils of offset. So these are technically plus 25 right now, front and back. I'm going to put these over fenders on. Don't mind the paint, guys. It's yeah, I can't even see it. It's black and white at this point. But so
no, those. Oh yeah, I guess that's still
black and white. Yeah, it's black and white. But anyways, I'm gonna try to re-primer these and sand them down. These are actually from a brand called Sexy Style. They're based out of Chiba, near Tokyo. And I found these online on a website that they could still make them. So I actually had them ordered 2 months in advance prior to my arrival back in 2014. And I went there and picked these up, and I've never used them since. But now they're gonna go on the MR2. Finally, I'm gonna cut this car up a little bit here and there. Maybe I'll do a full wide body someday. I mean, there's that one that I think Ravi MR2 and some other guys use. It looks pretty sick, but because so many people use it, maybe I want something different. Who knows? At least we'll just get the car moving and we'll put these ones on, get these sitting up nice and flush. And then that'll be that for the fitment. I also have these. These are apparently very rare. These are these side engine vent covers. And I know most of you guys seen like the snorkel type, like the Toms, where it comes over the roof and acts as a snorkel, but I think these are way more subtle. These are, in my opinion, way cooler because they're just so subtle. And then I actually have 94 tails on this car, 94 plus tails. And I also have a Greddy Power Extreme. That's an actual Power Extreme era specific, period correct, sorry. From I think 97, 98, and it's survived until now. And it still sounds good, there's no holes in it. So I'm pretty lucky that way. Outside of that, for now, we're just gonna use the stock 3S GTE with the E153 transmission. It has a TRD LSD in it. We're probably just gonna run 12 pounds of boost, stock motor, and then if it decides to blow up, we'll throw in a K engine in there. Again, this car, I want it to be reliable. I wanted to drive it daily, so I don't want to do something too crazy to it. I'm just probably gonna either just use the stock motor for now, but then also just keep it as an NA all motor K swap when it happens. But that's for later time, right? So no real obligations to hurry up that process. Outside of that, the interior is pretty stock-ish. I mean, just the simple things like a shift knob, hub steering wheel. I'm gonna put my bride seat in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The passenger seat, it's got this tan color, which I thought was pretty cool at the time because it was a red car. Kind of looked cool. A lot of my friends say I'm like an old man because I like tan colored interiors, but whatever. I am an old man, so what are you guys gonna do? Woo-wee! Look at it, it's coming along. Still in black and white though. Curtis does excellent work. Guys, make sure you hit him up on HC Wraps.
That sounds so certain.
Hey man, that's good guys. All seriousness, he is pretty damn good at rapping. If you're local, or somewhat local.
Oops. It's just kidding.
Never mind. Delete that plug.
It's going pretty well. I should have just did this all along. But then again, I also didn't know Curtis when this car came apart. And he didn't know how to rap the first 2 years I met him, so. It's good, he's gotten all his mistakes on his own car. You know?
Just like you.
Yeah, kind of. So we're all good. We're all good. Got another fender done. Backside's all good. Wrapping the trunk. He even got this trim piece right here. It's coming along quite quickly. What do you think?
Maybe a lot quicker if it was warmer.
Yeah. Guys, it is winter here right now. It's about minus, jokes, it's like 37 degrees, which is like probably
Celsius. Not even Fahrenheit.
Celsius, yeah, which is probably like around 20, 30,
No.
probably 42, 44. I think I'm just guessing. I don't know. But yeah, so as you can tell, that's a white door. And the reason why it's white is because this was my first car. I actually had gotten into an accident after owning it for about 6 months. What had happened was I was trying to turn left, and the whole time I was waiting for all the cars to stop, and the 2 cars on the left lane and the middle lane had stopped, and it was already a red, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to turn. And when I went through, a Cadillac on the right lane just plowed through the red light and ended up knocking that side of the car and spinning it around 3 times. Luckily, there was a lot of witnesses, and they all said that that old lady should have not been driving and she was totally crazy, and that my insurance covered it. Had it not been for that, I would have probably gotten screwed. Being a younger kid, I was kind of freaked out at the time, but everything worked out. We're all here, and that's all good. And that's why there's a white door. But otherwise, I think the car's pretty good. Mint, yeah, not too bad. Ish.
Not a hesitation.
Yeah. I mean, it's my first car. I don't care if it's not 100% mint. It's my own car. I'm not trying to make the best built MR2 in the world, nor am I trying to be the cleanest MR2 in the world. It's just, that's the thing with cars. It's one of those things where as long as you can live with it yourself and you're happy with how it came out, it should be good enough. It shouldn't matter if it's the best or the worst. Well, I mean, you try not to be the worst, but just as long as don't always try to be the best unless you're ready to empty out your wallet. And that's the biggest thing, because you know this stuff takes money and time, and a lot of people don't have that. So just enjoy your car, whatever you drive, as much as you can in the moment. Don't worry too much about trying to win everything and trying to get so many followers. As that, if you're honestly trying really hard, and people will see it.